Good evening, people, and welcome to Swordfish, the second edition. My name's Yanni, and yes, in my first episode, I spoke about predictive programming and this concept of, in my opinion, for more than anything, for more of a mind game, just to have a laugh and at the general public's expense by putting everything hidden in plain sight in their face. So, firstly, let's open up with viewing a clip from The Matrix.
Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Matrix.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
Alright, people, here we are. We continue. Now, that clip I told you that I played for you to open up the segment was basically, in my opinion, when he says it's shoving it in your face that the fact that this is real, that you really are a slave in a prison that you can't see, taste, or touch. It's like the invisible chains are on everyone, but including myself, but we don't even realise it. How did this all come about? Okay. I'm not going to sit here and try and convince you. I'm just going to run through it, and if you want to research it, it's up to you. Basically, humans were born with inalienable rights and freedom given to us by a creator. This cannot be taken away from a human, as God created everyone equally. Now that's because common law, which is the law of the Bible, supersedes over every law worldwide. So it's not a religious or a point of view, that's just a fact. Like, that's why when I go to court and I say, the first thing that I do is always I walk in and I say, I declare common law. So, because it supersedes all the other evil laws that try to destroy our biblical existence, pretty much. So anyway, so basically, I digress. How do I get to that? Okay, they wanted to take those rights away. So how do they do this? With the very clever trick, they basically using something called legalese, where words that you think everyday words in the courtrooms or in legal terms do not mean the same thing. What do I mean? If I said to you, I seen a person at the beach, I think you'd presume that I seen someone with legs, arms, perhaps a set of jugs, near the water. But if I said that in a courtroom, I would have said that I seen an ABN or an ACN beside the water, because a person is not a flesh and blood person; it's a corporation. Now, so when you, it was actually funny. I'll throw Uncle Michael, how are you? He actually come to work one day and he said to me, the council's going to make me pay a fine for parking in my own car space. And when I said to them, well, I own it, you can't fine me, and they said, yes, we can, because you're not a natural person. Now, we all thought that was funny, but now I understand what they're saying is, yes, we can, because we're not finding you, we're finding the company which has the same name as you. So anyway, I'm trying to make this confusing. Okay, when you were born, for the 10th time, you were given a name by your parents. Now, at the same time, when they got assigned the birth certificate for you, they were hoodwinked. They didn't realise that in legalese, a certificate firstly is a transfer of ownership. So they were transferring ownership over from you to the government. The person in the legal sense that you think is you has the name is always written in all capital letters, like the company that had the same name as you. You look on your driver's license, you look on your birth certificate, you look on your bank statement, you look on whenever there's a fine, whenever you go to court, anything to do with permits, anything to do with anything that involves like money exchanging hands, it will always be in all capital letters, because they can't make these demands upon a natural human being. They can make it upon a person. So that's called, I can't say this, Capitis Domitia Maximus. So it's Capitis Domitia Maxima, I think it is. Don't quote me on that. But that is what the all capitalized version of your name is. Now, that is how they pass all these, like what you think are laws, which aren't laws. Like when I go to court, I declare common law, which says as long as I didn't harm no one, I broke no law. That's what my almighty creator told me. The only law is, is one law, and that's common law, and that is it. As long as, I can't remember the exact wording, you love yourself as you love your neighbour, then you break no law. That's one. And that's the way it is, and it works every time at court. So, well, you got caught with a fucking ounce of dope. Where was the victim? I break no, because you declare common law and it's null and void. Before you knock it, you should actually try it, yeah, because a lot of you probably sitting in the jail cell right now because you thought this was, shit like this was funny. The only form of defense you're going to get is when you learn self-defense, and that's what you're going to have to do. So anyway, let's have a look at a clip now of just to verify this firstly that a certificate is a transfer of ownership. So a birth certificate is a transfer of ownership. And have a listen to this story from a man who lost his little girl. So let's watch.
We all know that there's some crazy stuff happening out there, eh? I mean, we've got government agents coming up to us telling us that we're all equal. They make demands upon us that we know we could never make upon them. Where's the equality? On the screen there's a little baby. That's Elizabeth Annie Lane. She's a little baby, came into my life about 4.5 years ago. 2 days after the birth of Elizabeth, ministry workers came in, removed her. No investigation, no assessment. Claimed she only had one caregiver. We said, you're wrong, we're a family, we're going to meet you in court. They told us if we tried doing that, they'd see to it. She spent the first 5 years of her life going from foster home to foster home to foster home. Shut me up in court, cost me my baby. Folks, anyone who knows me, shutting me up even for a moment is a bit of a trick. They cost me my baby. I sat down with their Black's Law Dictionary on one side, Bouvier's on the other. I had an Old English dictionary. I looked up every single word in there. It took me 3 days and I finally saw it. Have you ever seen these laser pictures? You see nothing until you focus past it, and then a 3D picture pops into your head. Have you seen those? This is exactly what I saw when I did my statute deconstruction. I looked through and I suddenly saw what they were doing. This is their little trick. You are not obliged to register your children. If you do, it is at that point that you're creating a legal entity or a person. You are associating this person with your offspring. You are abandoning ownership or title to that person, and the government is seizing that under the laws of maritime salvage. It becomes their chattel property. They use it as collateral to float loans or to float bonds for loans. When they come to remove a child, they're not acting on the human being at all. They're removing the legal entity you created and abandoned, and they now have title to. That's your person. That is what the government acts upon. A human being and a person are not the same thing. We've been led to believe that they are, but they're not. In Black's Law Dictionary, you'll find a definition of a person, and it says, A human being is not a person because he is a human being, but because rights and duties have been ascribed to him. Specifically, the person is that legal subject or substance of which the rights and duties are attributes. But not all human beings are persons.
And we're back now. Now, who comes up with all these plans, and what sort of system are we really under? I promise you one thing, whether it's the actual power of demonic spirits, or whether it's just the fact that rich and wealthy people believe that investing in evil should be rewarded, and they'll be rewarded by Lucifer. So whether it's real and it is Lucifer creating it, or it's their just belief manifesting it, is irrelevant. Now, it doesn't matter what you believe or don't believe, they do believe in it. They worship Lucifer. They look to for evil, pain and destruction as a sign of achievement, because they think that the more pain and evil and hurt they create, the more they'll be rewarded by Lucifer. Now, I mean, they are the richest people in the world, so maybe there is some merit to what they're saying. I don't know.